watching Dr. Phil and getting an insight on Summer Wells, you know, we're paying close attention to every piece of words that are coming out of their mouth. We're paying attention to their body language. We're paying attention to every little detail. We're going back. We're fast forwarding forward. We're rewinding back. And so go ahead and shoot that. So Don Wells on here says the first thing he thought of when he realized his daughter was missing is that she was abducted. That was his very first thought. My question is with that, all that greenery, all that trees, all that whole vast land, your first inclination would be that she was abducted? Not that she was lost, not that she went out and played and fell asleep somewhere, you know, in a tree, something. Your first thought was she was abducted. And he says that multiple times, that's his first thought, is that she was abducted. My question is that would have been my first thought, first and foremost. Secondly, why would that have been his first thought? Was he threatened by somebody that he owed maybe money to, that if he didn't pony up, something would happen to his family? If he didn't owe any money, why would that be his first thought? The wife, Candace, has failed and actually got up out of the interrogation with the human lie detectors, the two gentlemen that were there, you know, reading body language and everything else like that, which was a little suspicious because, you know, you're here to try to find answers for your daughter, and especially if you think she was abducted, your first thing would be, you know, selflessness. You're not worried about yourself. You throw everything on the table to save your child, and somebody asks the tough question, and you break down and get up and don't want to talk about it and take your microphone off. This is not conduct of people that had nothing to do or don't know anything. Secondly, it was apparent that Don Wells may have been at work during the time. So why is the wife half, Candace, so upset about stuff? To me, just this little bit I've previewed thus far, I believe she knows a hell of a lot more than she's saying she knows. I think Don now knows that she may have been involved, and that's why he's having some body language, eye blinking pattern issues. But if he was not there at the time she disappeared, I think the mom knows exactly what happened to Summer Wells.
For Summer. We talked to law enforcement and locals, and we came across some disturbing information.
I called Candace. She didn't answer. I tried calling her on Facebook. No answer. She called us back. No shed of tears, no nothing. I said, what's wrong? She goes, she's gone. I said, what do you mean Summer's gone?
Was she crying?
Not one tear.
She would give Summer drugs and alcohol.
The
The boys too? Everybody.
Earlier today, we were driving by the Wells house when we saw some cars parked outside their driveway. We decided to get out of our car and talk with the people standing outside. Coincidentally enough, we talked to two YouTubers that we had heard were talking about us in a negative light on social media the day before. They said it was just a misunderstanding. They were waiting for the so-called PI to arrive. While we were peacefully standing on the road, chatting with those two YouTubers, the so-called private investigator started running down the driveway of the Wells. He began to yell profanities and started acting violent and erratic.
I'm Bullhorn Betty.
Nice to meet you.
I heard you were pretty pissed with me last night.
I'm not pissed. I just didn't know what was going on.
No, we're here. Reached out and asked me.
I tried to message you.
Yeah.
I left a comment.
It wasn't nice, right?
No, I didn't say nothing bad.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody thinks I got this bad
all
name.
work together and
That's-
share
Yep.
information.
That's exactly what we're
It's about a 5-year-old girl, all petty bullshit set aside.
Right. That's what we're worried about.
Yeah.
We came out and we, like I said, we've arranged Need a Diver and a bunch of other groups that have came in and we're working together to clear all these areas out through here.
Mm-hmm.
We've searched and we've cleared. I can't really talk in detail
Yeah.
because of everything, but
Well, we do a lot of interviews, and we've interviewed a lot of people close to here, and it was pretty eye opening and pretty alarming for us. I can honestly tell you that.
yeah, it is.
And it's a little terrifying for us, quite
Right.
frankly.
It is for everybody here. We have
Our life is going to be very interesting.
Are you working with these guys, these other cars here?
I have no idea who these are. I just know
You know
about here.
anything
I
about
just
a guy
pulled
named
it.
Benjamin Keys?
I have no idea. I don't know if he's here or not.
He
No,
is. That's
Do you
his
know
car.
who he is?
That's
I
the car?
do know who he is.
I'm pretty
from
sure it
the-
is. Does it have
Cool.
the T? Yep, sure is.
Yeah.
We were down out there. We were actually on the road out there, not even on Ben Hill. We were out on what is that creek? What is that?
Yeah.
Beach Creek, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we won't
Beach
be-
Creek. And these dogs over here were just going crazy.
Yeah, these dogs at the end.
Yep, they were just going going crazy. And I keep thinking, and I know that this here wasn't all down here, but I'm sorry, guys, I just don't see it. I don't see it. It's such a steep hill.
There's
too.
trails. If you've seen any of our content, there's trails that lead from the bottom part. There's trails that lead from all the way up here that you would never know of.
Mhm.
That's why we came up here, and when we came up here and filmed that, the private investigators latched on to us, and we've been working really close.
Have you guys
to
talked to
them
the
on
sheriff's
TikTok.
office?
Yes. Yes, we've been in touch with the sheriff's office. We've been in touch with TBI. We've been in touch with Sullivan County, Greene County, Washington County. They work very closely. Well, not with us, but they allow us
Yeah.
to
Well,
do what
we
we're
had
supposed to do.
we had an interesting conversation with them yesterday
Good.
about this case.
Yeah, they so the areas that where they've been quite hush hush about everything, we've continued to come out here. We don't know what areas they clear because they don't talk about it. So we clear the areas that we find that would be or that we feel might be important. The other property owners. This is Jackie Dobbs' property.
Yep.
We've been trying to get a hold of him. We've also.
I can tell you, if you guys need to get help, getting a hold. I mean, believe it or not, Jonathan, he's a tracker. He gets the job done.
The people we brought in are former law enforcement too from other counties. They have done more. Come here and help me.
Hi, I'm Andra.
This is my wife, Hallie.
Nice to meet you, Allie. Hi. That's Olivia. Hi. This is Marissa.
Nice to meet y'all. And look, I don't want any problems.
No, we're not here. We're not here. We're actually not here for a problem. You know what we're here for? We're here for a 5-year-old girl that's missing, and that's I came from Florida. I came all the way from Florida for this. You know what I'm saying? So, people just don't come up here from Florida. And I mean, we were 11 hours searching and speaking with law enforcement, going to the city, going through administration, doing a lot of stuff, pulling dispatch. Actually,
We wanted our presence known
yeah,
with authorities.
That's
That's
good.
the first thing we did. And we
that's-
told them our intentions.
Yeah.
We never actually went up that road.
yeah. No, we didn't.
That's fine. If I was misinformed, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I
Yeah.
wasn't out here yesterday.
yeah.
Today I did come out here under the request of the PIs to look at things and make sure that everything was okay.
Yeah.
We explain kind of what we've been doing.
We've just been working with the private investigators, and we've been doing a lot of searches.
We have first to deploy drone. We have Gene Robinson that worked with EquiSearch on our side. We're coming out and doing stuff with.
Who's that?
You came to get that ass whooped? Put one toe on the property, bro. Let me break your fucking face.
Stop.
Here. There we go. While we get through the commercial, I need to have Olivia start sending. Sorry, guys. I need to have Olivia start sending me these videos directly, so we don't have to waste our time with these ads, but until I get a chance to speak to her, this is where we're at. So,
God damn, you're fatter in real life than I thought. Holy shit. You look like a Spartan. Why your hands shaking, bro? You scared? You look scared. You look shook. Hey, bro, you're obstructing the road, man. This against the law. You got to move the fuck around. Get that bear spray in that paper. Bring your fat ass on here, bitch. I wish you would.
You sure about that?
Bring your motherfucking ass on here, too. One toe. Why are your hands shaking like that, bro? Get a good look. See?
now I want you guys to notice, because it's only going to show a little snippet as you go, as Olivia turns the camera to the right, but you'll see us all there. And none of us are scared. None of us are shaking. The only person that's saying that is this D-bag right here. That's it.
You gonna sue me? Why your hands shake? You are shook. Look at your hand. I ain't got to worry about you.
Are you going to worry about me?
Nah, I'll break your face too.
Do it.
Step 1 foot out.
No. Come.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Nobody's
I got a
shaking.
surprise for
Nobody's
you.
shaking at
Chin,
all.
I got a
Chin,
fucking
chin,
surprise.
chin.
Yeah, you pussied out last night.
Yeah.
Pussied out last night. Come into my face. Please.
Come to your face.
Come right up to me. You just threatened my life how many times?
I will beat the shit out of you.
All right, I want you to come and beat the shit out
chin
of
off your face. You
me. Beat the shit out of me.
Huh?
Unarmed
come on this
people,
property,
he has to pick up
and
a
I will
weapon.
fuck you up.
Unarmed
You understand me?
people, and he
I'm
has
not
to
on the
pick
One
up a
fucking
weapon.
toe.
All right, let's go.
That's how scared
Cock
You
he
want
is
a
of
fucking
us.
crazy contest? You fucking got
What kind
one.
of man you are with a woman?
Huh? Oh, you blow horn Betty?
Yep.
Sure am.
Yeah, that's that balding bitch, ain't it? Propecia. I thought you Propecia.
What a pussy.
Look at that.
Everybody
pants.
saw
Man couldn't find his
everyone.
britches
What a
would be down to his
pussy
ankle.
you are.
And now you're
Exactly.
And you see
You're
Cam
a
and
pussy.
Allie walking
You're
up there
a
with them.
pussy.
They're not even.
And you want to know something?
Cam and Allie aren't even talking to him about how we were all calm and he came down and disrupted everything. They're not even talking about his behavior, threatening women, threatening people that are doing absolutely nothing illegal. All he's doing is showing face. He's just trying to act hard, knowing he's not going to do anything. And I wish Jonathan would send me the photo of the night before this incident on Wednesday evening when we called that sleazebag's hotel room, and Jonathan was literally telling us exactly what he was going to do before he did it. Like, this man is so predictable. It's sickening. And that's how we're able to play him so easily. So yes, we do play this guy. And that will be coming up on a different cast. So we will be showing you this. It's hilarious. I'm telling you, you guys are going to laugh your butts off, and it's going to make him look like a pile of poop. So yeah, I never knew who Cam and Allie were. I never knew what this Kraken cases were, but I've got no faith in them if they're telling me that, they're not, when they're telling me they're clearing all these areas and they're still looking for an alive person. I doubt that they've been out there clearing these areas. They're trying to connect themselves with this person and that person. But yet you hear Cam say clearly, well, we're not really, but they let us come in and do our thing. What do you mean by that? You mean they let you come in and record them doing their thing? Because I find with a lot of YouTube channels, they don't really have any original content. What they do is they take other people's content, people that are out in the field, and run with it and narrate the story as they see fit, without any facts, without any information. And that's kind of how YouTube goes. However, we are creators. We actually go out into the field. We actually get you guys this information. We put ourselves in danger looking for these people. We have these type of things that go on. This is the first one that became this, potentially violent. We've never been confronted in this manner. But because of the conversation we had with him last night, and because Jonathan was calling every move he was making before he was going to make it, we knew exactly what he was going to do out there. Even so much so as picking up some kind of weapon and putting it down, which he clearly did. So it's like this guy was so predictable. We knew exactly what we were getting into. And that is one of the reasons why we weren't scared. That's one of the reasons why Jonathan stood there with his face, with the guy's stinky breath screaming in Jonathan's face, talking about he shook. I'm telling you, Jonathan's hands did not shake one time. He's got that content. And when you see it, you'll see it's not, it's crazy. So let's just keep going. It's insane.
After watching this footage, doesn't it make you think, are these man's intentions in the right place? Is he really trying his hardest to find Summer? What is he doing to achieve justice for her?
I want to make sure that this video of this uneducable cretin is given to CPS to make sure that those boys are never returned to that house of horrors on that mountaintop ever again. The people that he has up there are a bunch of liars, thieves, drug addicts, felons. They're disgusting.
We were outside the Wells house with pictures of Summer trying to find her, and people on that property came down and screamed at us and threatened us just for trying to help to find Summer. It's mind-boggling. We are out there trying to find Summer, and people at that property are trying to thwart us and trying to scare us and intimidate us from finding Summer. Unbelievable.
We found out information that people didn't even want to tell the TBI or law enforcement.
We came out here to find a 5-year-old child, their missing 5-year-old child. They've chosen to hang around felons. And I think the reason why Don told us he was going to meet with us and chose not to meet with us is because he knows we know. He knows we know, and we are not ones that ask those soft questions. We ask hard-hitting questions, as he's in complete denial that Candace and his mother-in-law have anything to do with the disappearance of his daughter.
4 social media sleuths, as they see themselves with big followings, have come to our region in hopes of uncovering some clues that investigators may have missed.
4 have a combined following of over 2 million people. They say they came here for answers for both themselves and their ample audience.
I mean, it's been 6 months. 6 months. 6 months. And I don't want this girl to be a cold case.
You're at like a stalemate here. It's been 6 months and they still don't have answers.
So they are here. 4 social media sleuths from around the country traveling here to Hawkins County to keep up awareness. Summer Wells is still missing.
So I got to tell you, Olivia does amazing work. It takes, sorry guys, it takes all of us, and all the strengths and weaknesses we have. She asks great questions. She's kind of a very soft tone, sweet girl young woman. Sorry about that. She's 20 years younger than me. So a young woman that just has a lot of talent. And, I'm very fortunate to be teamed up with her, along with, Marissa, aka Molly Golightly, JLR, aka, or actually I said Jonathan Riches, aka JLR, and then of course me, aka Bullhorn Betty. So, it's a lot. I got to tell you, Jonathan, I believe sometimes gets a lot of flack, but first and foremost, he is a very nice, professional guy. He has a gift himself. He's got a great sleuthing gift. He's got a great investigative background, investigative journalist background. He is amazing at the work he does. And a lot of people don't understand that. He is very, very good at what he does. He finds the people, he finds their numbers, he finds their addresses. He even finds their location at hotel rooms. So, Benny got a taste of a little bit of Jonathan Riches. So, Benny can say what he will, but that man will never be even a quarter of what Jonathan Riches is. I can tell you that. He's a disgusting, deplorable, despicable man. And he doesn't deserve, I'd like to send that kind of crap and all these YouTube videos over to Texas to Child Protective Services over there, because if he has kids, he doesn't have any reason to be raising any children. He just doesn't. He needs his kids taken away from him. So, that might be another step for us to take, because I am truly concerned about his children. I want to make sure that he doesn't have an issue like the Wells has, where a child's disappeared and he's saying that he has nothing to do with it and somebody abducted his kid, even though he probably beats the crap out of his children. I don't know. He looks pretty violent. He looks like he can't control his anger. Maybe some anger management, some parenting classes might do him some good. So, getting to what we are all here for, okay, folks? So, we had an opportunity to finally review some of the documentation that we had back into, back when we were picking up all the information from, sorry, I'm going to adjust my camera ever so slightly. I need to probably push my chair up a little higher. I'm short. What can I say? So we went through, we had a lot of opportunity to look at the complaint cards, as well as we received, we went by the sheriff's office and we were able to receive the arrest records. Believe it or not, that was Don Wells 20 years ago. Can you believe it? Can you believe that? This is what drugs and alcohol do to you. This is what drugs and alcohol do to you over a 20-year period. That's what drugs and alcohol do to you, right there. Honestly, when I was looking at this, I thought he had an older son, I thought that was his son. I really did. I thought that was his son. And I looked at it, and it was this is a 2001 arrest. Look at him. 20 years. We'll just do it again. Drugs and alcohol, folks. Drugs and alcohol. And throw in a little bit of pedophilia in there. So, a lot of people don't know this, but Don Wells was on probation at the time he got his DUI. He's been on probation for a domestic violence case. So he was convicted of domestic violence already. He was on probation. He got a DUI. He violated probation with that DUI. We got some reports we went and got the incident cards from, I wish there was a way I could make this bigger, but I don't think there is. So we got incident cards. This is one from September 26th. This was a call to their residents, needs information about officer going to the address to pick up a 14 and 15-year-old child. And they gave a number to Miss Harris. So they were keeping children in their home and would not release those children to their parents. A lot of people don't know that. That's a true story. It's right there. That's a complaint card filed by the parent. So, and these are just, it tells you the time it was dispatched, cleared, on the scene, logged, and cleared. So, yes, they had children that they refused to give back to their parents, and the parents had to call to get their children back. I don't think he's allowed to hang out with felons because he's on probation, folks. If he's on probation, I'm pretty sure they say you can't hang out with any criminals. I don't understand why law enforcement is not watching and monitoring this a little better. I'm going to have to, that's here. That's here. I got to start looking at Tennessee law, because I'm telling you, I'm going to start smacking law enforcement around if they don't get a handle on this nonsense. We also found out that with his DUI, I think it was his DUI. I got to look at that complaint. I'm pretty sure they found him with a concealed weapon. It may have just been a knife, but there is another report. Now, mind you, Don Wells is a convicted felon. And in one of the reports we came across, he had a gun in his possession. A firearm. If you guys are watching Twitter, if you guys are following Jonathan Lee Riches on Twitter, he's posting all this stuff on his Twitter account. You guys can also follow me at American Law 411. At American Law 411, I will start retweeting some of this stuff out on Twitter so you guys can see it. But there's also another story that we came across that I'm going to be breaking here with you guys. It's not really breaking news, but it is interesting news. So let's see here. This is 11/10/2015. Subject pushed them. So there's just a lot of violence going on in this home, guys. Just a lot of violence. And believe it or not, Molly Golightly, Marissa, my friend Marissa, was able to obtain 2 of the domestic violence recordings. In Hawkins County, they only keep audio recording for 18 months. So we were only able to get 2 of the audio recordings out of all these paperwork. And I have to say, you know, everybody knew why we were there. You know, there was a lot more stuff than this, but he didn't want us spending money because each of these complaint cards cost $10. So he took all of the animal nuisance, all the other garbage that we didn't need out. So here's one. Caller called and said the father of her children, Don Wells, slammed her up against the wall and now is gone, but told her he was coming back to kill her. This is in the police report. She has her 3 boys there with her. He is driving a black Ford F-150 off Beach Creek Road. First residence on the right. So we have all these incidences. Oh, that's blurry. There we go. Advised that he let his son, Cameron Morris, go to the above residence to stay with a friend, and he received a phone call from his daughter advising that a juvenile was drinking at the residence. When he tried to get the address from the female, Candace Wells got really hateful and refused to give an address to him to come back and pick up his children. So this is a person that dropped their children off thinking that they were in a safe environment, found out the children were drinking at their house, and Candace refused to give him an address to come pick up his children. So she must have picked them up from a different location and brought them out. Otherwise, he would have known exactly where to go to pick up his children. Advised that he will be driving a silver Impala with 2 hubcaps missing. So again, this idea that this Wells family was, deserves sympathy. And you got that crazy man from Texas and his cult followers. His cult followers coming here and trying to shake my freaking YouTube videos up with all their bull. This is the kind of garbage that you're protecting. This is the kind of garbage that you're protecting. Anybody that supports that crazy man from Texas is insane. And any of his followers, you guys have carte blanche to go and do whatever you need to do with them. Monitor their names. Watch them. They fund this garbage. We just saw how violent that guy can be, but he's crying on his way home as he's coming down off his high, off his drugs, wanting to talk about God. There's nothing godly about that man. That man's a crazed lunatic. I've met godly men, and they do not act like that, nor do they feel like they ever have to act like that. They're more diplomatic. That man was nothing but a crazed lunatic. He was not diplomatic at all. We're out here trying to find answers, and he's acting a fool. He should be totally embarrassed and ashamed of himself. Totally embarrassed and ashamed of himself. And if Allie and Cam really wanted to have the respect of the public, they would have denounced that behavior, and they did not. You watched them walk right up that driveway with them. So cracking cases, shame on you. Shame on you. We had an opportunity to actually do some good work, and you chose to sleep with the enemy. And that family is a disgusting, deplorable family, and you guys will reap the negativity, the backlash from your constant commitment to these despicable parents. You guys have children. Did you ever even look into how horrible they treated their own children? As a mother, Allie, as a mother, how could you? As a mother, it's deplorable. When are you guys going to get on the side of the children? If it wasn't for Summer saving her brother's lives, and you guys are going there and protecting the abusers, what about all the abuse they perpetrated upon their children? You're a mother, Allie. What the hell? What the hell? Have some respect for yourself. Man yelling and pushing female. Charles Wells, female is very irate. Female advised she has marks. He is hitting himself in the face. Female is refusing to separate. Both parties are intoxicated. Male is leaving intoxicated. No surprise, right? He's got just recently a DUI. They should have probably given him a DUI that night. Does not have clothing. Man is accusing female of abusing him and throwing a chair at him. Refuses EMS. Male is still on the scene. 4 children on the scene with multiple other parties. So these young children are watching this shit show. Way to go, Cam and Allie. Cracking cases. Way to go, crazed man from Texas. Great job. I hope you're proud of yourself. Hope you're proud of yourself. You don't give a damn about these kids and what they went through. You don't give a damn. You guys need to wake up. And I'm talking to all of Don Well and Candace Wells supporters. You should be fighting for these children, not for them. You got to remember, there was more than just Summer. There's more victims in this home than just Summer. How about her other children that she lost in Wisconsin? This woman should never, ever be allowed to breed another child again. And you guys are going up there to help them? It's despicable. And you guys deserve every ounce of backlash. There's more than just Summer that are victims in that household, and you guys have children, and you're helping these children's abusers. It's sick. To me, it's sick. Open your eyes. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up, guys. You know, you can be on the side of good, or you can be on the side of bad. Right now, you guys are choosing the bad team. You know, you're choosing the wrong side. I would smarten up. You had an opportunity to do some good. You were allowed on Don Wells' property. Where was your cadaver dogs? Why didn't you bring something with you? Why didn't you search that property? You had an opportunity. You had a great opportunity and you blew it. Don't tell me you're there for Summer Wells. That's a lie. That's a lie. Female is in the back bathroom, does have children with her. There is not a door that locks. Have asked the caller several times to separate herself. Advised her on the phone, advised her phone has fallen out the window. Male is wearing gray shirt and blue jeans. Male's name, Donald Wells. Well, imagine that. Unsure where he would be going. Female has laid the phone down and can hear the man turn the page. In the background, she is yelling, CW, and stop it. Children are screaming in the background. Way to go, guys. Way to go. Children are screaming in the background. Male is trying to take the children and leave. He's intoxicated and trying to take the children and leave. This is the shit they lived through. And you guys want to go out there and call these parents the victim? You have got to be joking me. Male is trying to take the children and leave. Male is outside fighting with another subject. So beating on the wife ain't good enough. Let's just start beating on the neighbors too. Male detained. Benny, you want me to keep going? I mean, you do like helping the abusers. Are you an abuser yourself? You sure look like one. You sure act like one. What about you, Cam and Allie? What about you? You guys seem like nice people. You don't seem like the lunatic like that guy from Texas. What the hell's wrong with you guys? How can you guys stick up for this garbage? Do you care about the children that were in that home that were abused on a regular basis or no? They don't matter. The only people that matter are these despicable parents called Don and Candace Wells. We're not even done yet. We're not even done yet. Now, for the people that want to sit there and talk about us going on the property, which I was not a part of, I don't control, again, I always said that we are independent. We collaborate and become a team on some of these cases. I love Marissa. I love Olivia. I love Jonathan. Okay? But what they do, they are well aware of the law. And even with those trespassing notices posted, guess what? The homeowner still is required to tell you to leave the property. Thus far, 2 phone calls with Donald Wells. Not one time. Yeah, and you guys need to check this out. You can look at Tennessee law. This is the law. Not one time did Donald Wells, out of 2 phone call conversations with Marissa, tell her not to come back on his property. He actually, in the first call earlier in the day while we were at the steakhouse, actually asked her if she came on his property and went to that shed, and she said yes. And he goes, okay. Oh, okay. Got it on recording. So if he had a problem with it, why didn't he say, please don't do that again? That would have been her notice. But see, people out there in YouTube don't get all the facts before they start running their trap. Facts are very important. Facts are very important. Let's keep going, shall we? Tells you who was all at the... Looks like I missed something. Hold on here. Oh, that was all the one incident. So she was yelling to stop. Yep. Okay. Dispatch. I'm gonna have to get better copies from Marissa because... Oh, there he is. That was him 20 years ago. Look at that. Doesn't look like that anymore. Let me get myself bigger. Let me get myself bigger. There we go. Stop using drugs, Don. Stop drinking. Before and after. Before and after. So let's go through these. Let's see what this one's about, shall we? This, I actually have the copies of the records. That's a scanned in copy I was sending over to Jonathan. Fugitive from justice. That's what he's being charged with in this 2001 arrest. He was arrested for a fugitive from justice. So we need to dig some more in the state of Utah because that's where this... and the transporting agency, skeleton, HCSD. How many more skeletons do you have in your closet, Don? I'm curious to know. Told you this stuff would be interesting. I told you we do our work. We do our due diligence. We don't just go out there with the bullhorn. We actually do work very hard. So this arrest in Hawkins County. When's the arrest date? Let's see the arrest date. Where the hell's the arrest date? I remember seeing it on here. Once I find it. There we go. So this one is October 14th, 2020. Look how ugly this guy looks. Look at that. Stop using drugs and alcohol, Don. It makes you look like, you look like, it's disgusting. So this one, here it is, right here. So now, mind you, this is what pisses me off with law enforcement, right here. You see this guy? You want to hear his charges? Let's talk about his charges. Domestic assault. Possession of a gun by an intoxicated person. Unlawful carry and possession of a weapon. I'm pretty sure this happened while he's on probation. I don't understand why he's not in jail. Why is he not in jail? Why hasn't law enforcement used this for their benefit to go get all those guns out of their home? It's using the past within the statutes of limitations to apply pressure to this family to find out what happened to a young woman, or excuse me, a baby girl. Her name's Summer Wells. Let's keep going, shall we? So 11:30, 2015. At approximately 8:30 p.m., Deputy Michael Blank, I'm not going to say his name, was dispatched to 110 Ben Hill Road in Hawkins County, reference to a domestic dispute. Upon arrival, he spoke with Donald Wells, which stated his mother-in-law, later identified as Candace Hare, had come to stay with them over the holidays at the Ben Hill Road residence. Mr. Wells stated that he and Mrs. Hare got into a heated argument and began to escalate. Mr. Wells stated that Mrs. Hare then notified Central Dispatch regarding the argument. There was no signs of physical assault at the time. Mr. Wells left the residence to stay at a friend's overnight to cool down. So not only is he, and I guarantee it was heated and was violent, so not only is he beating the shit out of his wife, he's beating the shit out of his wife's mom, which, quite frankly, I think both of those women had something to do with the death of his daughter and the disappearance. I'm going to say death because I don't believe she's alive. I could be wrong, and you know what? I'll have to fall on that sword when that time comes, now won't I? Next one, October 14th, 2020. So, did we get this one? Yeah. So this is one of the recordings that we have. Marissa did get the audio recording of this dispatch call and anything associated with it. 10/14/20. Dispatch call to 110 Ben Hill Road for guess what it's for again? Anybody have a clue? Raise your hand if you know what it was for. I bet you every person in here, my whole 1,085 viewers right now, can tell you what this is for. Domestic violence. Shocking, right? Come on, Cam and Allie. Guys got to be smarter than this. Got to be smarter than this. You guys have children. Why don't you start fighting for the children instead of these pieces of shit? Just saying. Fight for the children. You're not fighting for the children. You're not fighting for the children, and all of us see it. All of us see it. Upon turning on 110 Ben Hill Road, I observed a white GMC Sonoma pulling out of Beach Creek Road. I turned my floodlights on, revealing a male behind the wheel, later identified as none other. Don Wells! Don Wells behind door number 1. Deputies proceeded onto the scene and spoke with the victim, Candace Bly, and 2 witnesses, Jose Roma, which is a guy that she had an affair with, which is Allie's ex-boyfriend, Jose Roma, and Candace Harrer, no other than her own mother. Bly stated that her husband, Donald Wells, left in the white GMC Sonoma shortly after deputy so-and-so arrived, advised the white truck was coming back up the driveway. I heard a family member began to fear for his return. So they're fearing for this man's return. And heard a member utter, there was a firearm in the vehicle. A felon with a firearm. A felon with a firearm. A felony stop was conducted in the driveway. And so one of the deputies, and Wells was detained. Strong odor of alcohol was coming from this person, and he was stumbling when he was picked up off the ground. Wells stated that there was a firearm in the truck, and it was a black powder pistol in the glove box. Wells went on to say that Bly was a felon from Utah and has some to drink that night. Deputies located the firearm. I spoke with Bly and witnesses about the assault. Bly stated that Wells came home drunk and he saw Jose in the house and believed Bly was cheating on him, which she was. I didn't even know that was in here, but she was cheating on him. We have confirmed this to be true by several witnesses. And not only that, her disgusting, despicable mother wanted this man too. So Candace and her mom were fighting over Jose. Jerry Springer, ring any bells? Sick. This is sick. And this is the garbage Cam and Allie and this joker from Texas are sticking up for. And this crap is going on in front of the children constantly. I think this is the ones that were bad enough for the people in the house to call on. Think about all of the stuff that they never did call on. What about that? I want you guys to go hit like and subscribe to my channel, please. I work very hard for you. We need to build this channel up. I've been working on it now for about 28 days. You guys have been fabulous. As you can see, I am bringing you the information nobody else is bringing you. They want to talk about people going on a property. They want to talk about a child being abducted. Let's talk about the people that probably aided in the disappearance and death of their own child. These people are not victims. The only victims here are these children. Cam and Allie, you guys need to wake up. You guys are on the wrong side of this. You guys seem like decent people. You guys seem like decent people. You guys have children. You look like a happy husband and wife. Slamming me is not going to suit you well, I promise you that. Better think about this. Because you guys are looking really stupid right now. I think it's time for you to switch sides. It's time to come on the right side. Come over here and help us find this young girl. Open your eyes to the garbage that you're enabling. Please. We could use decent people. The more the merrier. I don't have an ego problem. I want your help. But slamming me is not going to look good on you, I promise you. Because I actually do the work necessary to get the truth out to these people. Let's get back here. So Jose was in the house and believed Bly was cheating on him, which, again, like I said, we confirmed that to be true. Allegedly, Wells started arguing with Jose, and Wells began to struggle with Bly. Bly was pushed down, causing her left knee, causing damage to her left knee. Now we know why Candace's knee was all jacked up. Domestic violence. Domestic violence, you know, we see it. You guys have been watching my channel, and we see it all the time here. And you know what? It seems like when these things start spiraling out of control, which I'm seeing the spiraling effect as we read through this. And I always say it's always, you know, a few months, a year, you know, about 12 months before something major happens, you start seeing the spiraling effect of events. And when you start seeing that spiraling effect of events, somebody's always loses their life. And that is why, Laura, what do you mean stop blaming Texas? He's the one taking up for these jokers. Go back to your freaking cult leader. Get off my channel. Get off my channel. I'm not even going to block you. You know why I'm not blocking anybody right now? I'm not blocking anybody right now because I want everybody to see the pieces of garbage you are for yourself, for themselves. I want them to know who you are. So, and I can tell you the people on my channel are very loyal. So I would, you know, find out. I would probably taper off what you say. They might start blowing your shit up. You know, your YouTube channels, they might start coming after you. So I'd suggest you watch what you say about me. Just saying. Bly was pushed down, causing damage to her knee. Bly and witness stated Wells began punching himself in the face and then left. Wells was taken to Hawken County Jail for booking. Let's keep going. We're not done yet. Not done yet. Let's keep going, right? And I just seen, I haven't been watching my comments. Let me just go up here. I just saw something. So Cam and Allie are setting up cameras so no one can see what's going on. Are you serious? Yeah. They're helping the Wells. It's despicable. Don't worry. I mean, I'll be happy to send the video of everything going on in that house over to CPS. You know? Might as well look into them too. I mean, I don't want anything happening to their children. I don't know if it's past them or not. You know, I just know what these people are capable of, and I can't imagine, you know, good, wholesome people associating with this kind of element, but they are, right? I want to make sure that their children are doing good. Looks like we got two of the same report. Still not done yet. November 1st, 2021. Don Wells is arrested on violation of probation. Imagine that. He's escorted to jail personally by Ronnie Lawson, the sheriff of Hawken County. So in 2021, so this is his, I think this is his DUI arrest. So this was his violation of probation. And this ugly mug is his DUI. It's a damn shame. You got cracking cases. They don't even give a crap about the children. So if you guys are over there supporting them, you might want to reconsider that if you care about the children. It's sad that it took Summer Wells, this happening to her, for those kids to get help. I feel that the state of Tennessee failed these children. And I hope the state of Tennessee does whatever they can to correct this action moving forward. You need to educate your deputies. You need to educate law enforcement much better. I know your laws, and there is no way in hell that these parents should have had these kids that long with CPS being involved. And there is no way in hell that you guys do not have something right now to arrest these people on. So what? Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, when are you going to do your damn job? You cannot tell me you do not have enough to arrest them on something. These people are criminals and they're animals. Get your ass up there and do your job. DCF. CPS. Time for you to start doing your job too. How dare you leave these children in this disgusting, despicable home that's riddled with violence and sex, drugs, and alcohol. And shame on everybody and anybody that is supporting this kind of behavior. All right, folks, we're going on the top of the hour. I think by tomorrow, we're going to be able to finally monetize. If not this by Sunday, it'll definitely be by Monday. We're going to be able to monetize this channel finally. Great job. We've been working really hard here to get to this point. It took me 28 days to get this. And yeah, guys, I want you to go back through these. I want you to go back through these comments. I know there's some really nasty people in here, and I'm not even going to block them. I want you to see them. I want them exposed. I want them exposed. So all these people in here. And finally, the cake. I never leave you guys without a little bit. What was that girl's name? Hold on, let me go through my thing. I gotta. Oh man, what's her name? Hold on. Sorry, I should have. Yeah, darn it. This is pissing me off. Hold on. There was another young woman that disappeared. And her name was... Can't remember what her name was. I had it in my phone. Missing girl by her uncle. There it is. Her name is Carly. Just for shits and giggles. This is a horrible... Herald Courier, quit putting so many advertisements on your crap. Nobody cares about that crap. Her name is Carly Trent. Here's the kicker for this girl. This young girl was abducted by her uncle and sexually assaulted. And she was found in a shed on Sheriff Lawson's property. Girl was abducted by her uncle, sexually abused and assaulted, and both him and her were found on the sheriff's own property. That to me is insanity. I guarantee cracking cases isn't cracking many cases tonight. So they're too busy helping the criminals get away and thwart the law. Yes, that is a true story. And there you have it, folks. Thank you for joining the channel. I hope you enjoy Bullhorn Betty. I may not have a bullhorn, but I tell you what, I have a lot of information to give to you. This is only just a tidbit of the work we did, guys. I mean, you guys got to understand that. You can't tell me we didn't go out there and do our job. I don't want to watch Benny. That crazed lunatic is disgusting to me. Like, there is nothing that man can possibly say that I want to hear. Because I'm so sick of hearing the Wells didn't do it when I know damn well they did. I know damn well he does not do the work that I do. He doesn't do any kind of investigative work. All he does is collect money from his followers. For all I know, he did something to my car. I mean, while you're bullshitting, he's a disgusting, despicable, evil man. Why the hell would I want to watch him? The only reason why I was watching him is because I wanted to monitor his movements while I was in Tennessee. And I think we monitored him very well, seeing how we called his room at his hotel. So I will tell you, anybody that's on here that's supporting Benny Wells or Benny out there, that crazed lunatic from Texas, you guys are despicable people. You need to get on the right side of this. The only victims here are those children. And if you think those parents are victims, go to hell. It's my channel. I can tell you. Go to hell. If you need a ride, I'm happy to give it to you. Be sure to hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you're feeling generous, please donate. Thank you, guys. Have a great night. I love you. I think you're beautiful people. God bless. And we'll see you tomorrow.